Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It's semifinal night of the boys' 15th region tournament, the Final Four, if you will. Floyd Central, Johnson Central, our first game. Martin County and Pikeville, our second game. And if either one of these games lives up to the first game, wow, what a night of basketball. In case you're just joining us, the Pikeville Lady Panthers defeated the Golden Eagles of Johnson Central 59-52 to advance to the Sweet 16 to take on Notre Dame High School out of the 9th region. The time and date, the date has been determined, but it will be the times, I think, are determined based on the teams that win. But nonetheless, a trip to the Sweet 16 for Coach Denise Campbell and the Pikeville Lady Panthers. Their old hats getting there, and really the emotion that she had at the end of the game really, I think, was a culmination of all the years of coaching. It was poured in, it just poured out of her heart.
Just a tremendous performance by Pikeville coach Denise Campbell. That was a 23-point turnaround. They lost during the regular season by 16. They won by 7 tonight. They did, not to sound cliche-ish, but they did the little things that they had to do to win the basketball game. We talked about, would the pressure get to Johnson Central? I don't know if it did. I know foul trouble played a big part in their defeat here tonight, but an outstanding performance by all the powerful. But Kylie Alvin over 30 points, 16 of 20 from the free throw line tonight, did what the 15th region player supposed to do.
And now we turn our attention to the boys' side of the tournament, and we got two great matchups tonight. We've got Johnson Central, who looked unbeatable in the first game when they took on Phelps. They were just absolutely on fire. And then, of course, tonight they've got Floyd County Central. Floyd Central, a sleeper team. They're a lot of people's dark horse team to win this tournament. And don't be surprised if Chris Briggs and company don't make a run at Johnson Central tonight. But maybe a lesson learned after watching that first game?
Well, Coach Perry has done an outstanding job. The proof's in the pudding. As they say, our record is, we are what our record says. The most wins in Floyd Central history. I think they're 26-5. And we just seen this now. What a job, what it is. It makes your job easier when you have a great senior point guard, girls or boys. And right now, Chris Briggs, a lot of people would say from Floyd Central, is the best point guard. He's a senior. He started for 4 years at Floyd Central, and a lot of them consider him the best point guard in the region.
Well, I'll tell you what I like about him is, first of all, he's a fighter. And I'm not necessarily talking about in the boxing ring or whatever, but he is not going to back down from anybody. I like that in my point guard. I like the fact that he can create his own shot. I like the fact that he is a leader out there and he will direct his players. He's like a coach on the floor. And I just like that he has the attitude that I miss. He don't even worry about his last shot. He's going to take the next shot. It's going to go in. And I think that's what an offensive player has to have in a mindset is, forget if you've made the last shot or missed the last shot. It's the shot you're taking that you're worried about. And I think Chris Briggs is one of those guys. He comes in averaging 16.1 points a ball game, but he is more valuable than 16 points because of defense and just because of his senior leadership.
You know, I know of at least 2 game winners. He hit a last-second shot during the regular season to beat Paintsville, and then he comes up in the finals of the 58th district and hits a game winner at the buzzer to beat Lawrence County. So, you know, pressure doesn't bother Chris Briggs.
Well, I don't think it's going to bother Braden Shepard or Austin Sloan either. 2 20-point scorers for Johnson Central. Johnson Central, you know, they're loaded. They've got the players themselves, and really and truly, I think it's also going to be a game of handling the pressure. You know, handling the stage. Floyd Central, you know, when's the last time they've been to the finals of the region? They've never won 26 ball games. Is the pressure too much for them? I don't think so. I was wrong a moment ago because I took Johnson Central because of the pressure, but there are just so many things that you can't predict. You can't predict injuries. You can't predict foul trouble. and things of that nature. And there's just so much that goes into a basketball game. That's why you play it on the hardwood and not on the paper.
I look at both those clubs, you know, the thing I like about it, and that's the reason they're in the Final Four, both of them have a lot of talent. It's just not Austin Sloan, Braden Shepard. They've got McKenzie, Blair, Rose,
Cooper.
Cole, and you look at Floyd Central, they got more than Spriggs. They got Boyd, and they got Salmons, and they've got one of the best big men in the 15th region, and Lucas Howard. I mean, they just got both teams have a lot of talent. With that, we're going to step out.
No. I was going to say one quick thing. Let me add this.
Okay.
They're a senior-led team. They've got Spriggs. They've got Boyd. This has been that moment they've waited for all along, is to get to here. You know, like you said,
Since AAU days.
Oh, since their AAU days, it's all the way back to the 8th grade days. So let's jump right into the tail of the tape. We're going to have to do 2 games pretty quick. So let's go through the tail of the tape right here. And this is the Valley Pharmacy tail of the tape. You guys take it away.
Well, coming in, Floyd Central record of 25-5, Johnson Central 26-5. So if you look down the numbers of points per game, Johnson Central has scored more prolifically during the season than Floyd Central has. And then you also have field goal percentages is even. I think it's just going to be one of those games of, you know, whether the intangibles are going to show through.
I agree with you there, and I think it'll be a good basketball game. Johnson Central's been in the top 3 throughout the year, so they've been one of the prohibited favorites in the region from the opening day of practice.
Well, we'll keep it rolling here with the featured player and Chris Spriggs. You know, you look at his picture right there, you just see intensity, don't you, Ronnie?
Absolutely. 47% field goal range. You know, he's a good three-point shooter, excellent free throw shooter, 72%. As we say often, it does a little bit of everything for Coach Perry.
And on the other side of the ledger, we'll pull up the feature player for Braden Shepard is going to be our feature player for Johnson Central tonight, averaging 20.6 a ball game, 5.9 rebounds, 55% from the floor. He can step out and hit the 3 with the best of them. And from the free throw line, that's upper tier when you get to 80+% from the free throw line.
Shepard, Sloan, Blair, McKenzie, just an offensive machine to say the least.
And moving right along, we look at our J.I. Fab player keys to the game. Floyd County Central has to handle the press, control the tempo. Johnson Central, the transition game is going to be really important for them. And just like the game beforehand, you got to stay out of foul trouble. Neither team can afford frontline people. You know, when you had the last game, the 2 top scorers for Johnson Central Lady Eagles set out a big part of the ballgame because they had 5 fouls early in the game. So, big ball game coming up. Johnson Central, Floyd Central. I sat on the floor and watched the Phelps Johnson Central game. I was impressed at the speed that Johnson Central has getting the ball up and down the floor.
Athleticism 1 through 5.
And I have not seen Floyd Central play this year. So I'm anxious to see Chris. I saw him play last year a lot. I'm anxious to see how Floyd Central handles Johnson Central or Johnson Central handles Johnson. And so right now we're going to take a break along the stations. And when we come back, we will preview our second game. This is the final warm-up here at the 15th region on Appalachia Prep Sports and the G Sports Network.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall & Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall & Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
Ready to take your ride to the next level? Trust the pros at J.I. Fab in Pikeville for custom ATV and UTV protection products built tough for the trail. From roll cages and rock sliders to bumpers that can take a beating, J.I. Fab builds it strong and built it right. Locally owned, professionally crafted. Call 639-2029 or visit ji-fab.com to get your ride trail ready. J.I. Fab. Custom protection. Pikeville tough.
Back pain, stiff neck, or everyday aches that keep you from living the life you love. At Hall Chiropractic, we provide gentle, personalized care to help you move better, feel better, and live better. Whether it's pain relief, better mobility, or overall wellness, our team is here for you. Don't wait. Call Hall Chiropractic today and get back to what matters most. Hall Chiropractic. Your health, your life, aligned.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Appalachian Wireless Arena. Eugene Newsom, Ronnie Newsom, Brian Hunley, Thomas Rainey. Glad to have you with us on the G Network. Our second game tonight is going to be Martin County. Cardinals come into this game with a record of 22-9. They own a 75-54 win over Pikeville during the All-A tournament. Pikeville comes in with the best record in the 15th region, 21 wins and 4 losses.
And I think one of the things that's going to happen in this game between Pikeville and Martin County is going to be the coaching decisions. How is Pikeville going to attack Martin County's offense? Are they going to try to lock down Braxton Keithley, or are they going to try to maybe lock down the rest of the players, or play this straight up? They lost big in the All-A finals into Martin County. Something has to change. You know, they can't keep doing the same thing, of course. Braxton Keithley, he's been able to get his shot when he wants to, and I think it's going to be what Pikeville's able to do defensively if the Panthers are going to win and advance to Monday night's championship.
Eugene, I may have a different point of view than most people. Braxton Keithley averages 33 a game. I honestly don't think you can say against this team they got too much talent. I don't think you can say let Braxton have his points and control everybody else. I think they're too good. You got Markham, you got Mills, you got Maynard, you got Bryson Dowles averaging 19 points a game. I think you really just got to play straight up and do the best you can against
and close
Keithley.
Out on the three-point shots and limit second chance points.
And I would be interested to see if Coach Justice dares, he is a man-to-man coach, does he dare go zone against Martin County?
Yeah, he likes that man-to-man.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Valley Pharmacy tail of the tape on this one.
There we have it. 22-9, 21-4. So both these teams combined for 43 wins and 13 losses. That's some pretty impressive playing. And the Martin County averaging 80 points a game. And you will do that when you have the state's leading scorer in Braxton Keithley. He comes in averaging over 30 points a ball game. And, of course, the field goal percentages are about the same. 3-point shooting, a little bit of edge to Martin County. But Pikeville has their 3-point shooters that can knock it down as well. And from the free throw line, Martin County above, they're in the upper tier, I would say, 80% free throw shooting as a team. And they get on the boards well. They out-rebound their opponents in most of the games that they play.
Eugene, I think you would agree with me. Would you think Coach Justice would take the game that Pikeville played Thursday in their big 20-point win over Paintsville? You think he'd take that kind of game tonight? I think he would. I thought they played an edge lane. I thought they passed the ball well, had a lot of assists on their field goals.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's the key right there. How many assists do you get on the free throws? And if you're going to take the threes, or you're going to go inside, kick it out, and let your three-point shooter step into the three instead of catch and shoot. And let's take a look now at players that we're going to watch. And, of course, maybe the best junior in the state of Kentucky by our accounts. 57% field goal percentage, 47% from three-point range. 85.3 from the free throw line. Only trails Corey Flincham in scoring at 33.1 points a game. And I don't want to. Hey, anybody scoring 30-some points a game, I'm not going to say anything about them. But I will say that Braxton Keithley has definitely played tougher competition than Lee County did this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I'll tell you a little known fact, I think, in tonight's game. Limit the number of times Keithley gets to the free throw line. He's automatic. You can't, if Pike was going to win, I don't think they can let him get to the free throw line 10 to 15 times. You look at Pikeville.
Look at this. Pikeville tonight, we're going to look at Carson Parsons. Talk about him, Ronnie.
Carter Parsons had a tremendous game against Painful. I think he had like 26 points. Got him off to the great start. He averages 14 points, 3 rebounds on the year. Shoots 47% from the field. He shoots 30% from three-point line and an outstanding 71% from the free throw line. He's part of a three-headed monster with Cole Sloan and Jackson King. Pikeville, 3 big players in double figures.
And I'm going to say it. I think Mark Bowling has to have a great game tonight, handling the ball and giving out those assists. I thought he played a tremendous ball game the other night, in their big win. And I think, when they play Paintsville, and I think he's got to have that kind of ball game tonight to enhance what the big three do.
He had 12 against Paintsville, 1 turnover, which is excellent for a point guard. But he gets them in the offense, as El saying goes. He gets the offense moving. He gets the guys, and he finds them in the right place. I'm talking about King and Sloan and Parsons, and he knows where they are. And he does an excellent job of taking care of the basketball. And then you throw in, I think one of the top, let's say that best defensive players in the region in Grant Hall.
Well, and then when you go to the bench, how many people have a Wesley Buck that comes off the bench?
Very good point.
And really can actually, a lot of times when you go to the bench, you want to plug a hole. I mean, when Wesley Buck's coming into the ball game, you may even elevate your game.
Oh, tremendous. I think he's the best bench player in the region. I really do. Johnson Central may argue with Ethan Cole, who started at Paintsville before he came over, but I'll take either one of those.
That could be a matchup Monday night that we could be talking about.
Sure. But, you look at Martin County. I love Bryson Dials. Not many people have a Robin to their Batman as good as Dials is to Keithley. 19 points a game, handles the ball flawlessly, tremendous talent.
And 2 years ago, Martin County won this tournament. Mm-hmm. And that right there, those guys that are on the floor right now, they know the feeling of what it takes to win a championship, and they know the feeling of what it's like to come out of the tunnel of Rupp Arena. And when you have that kind of taste in your mouth, you really want to do it again, don't you? You really want to get back to Rupp Arena and play again. It's been a couple years since Pikeville's been there. They lost a heartbreaker last year. The old foot on the line shot that really took them out, 2 feet on the line shot that took them out. And, and I think that, if that's a chip on your shoulder, use it. Hey, I would use it. Let's get back that way. They went 4 out of the 5 years that Pikeville went to the state tournament. Yeah. So these guys know what it takes. And we're going to take a break here on our warm-up show. When we come back, we'll take a look at our final 2 segments, and then it's going to be basketball action for you in about 9 minutes on WPRG. But this is Appalachian Prep Sports Network and G Sports pregame show, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
to take your ride to the next level? Trust the pros at J.I. Fab in Pikeville for custom ATV and UTV protection products built tough for the trail. From roll cages and rock sliders to bumpers that can take a beating, J.I. Fab builds it strong and built it right. Locally owned, professionally crafted. Call 639-2029 or visit ji-fab.com to get your ride trail ready. J.I. Fab. Custom protection. Pikeville tough.
At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local, reliable, affordable. Ready to start a real career? At the Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center, we're training tomorrow's workforce tuition-free. Get paid while you learn and earn industry-recognized certifications. Live on campus, meet new people, and prepare for the career you've been waiting for. If you're 16 to 24 and ready for the opportunity, this is your moment. Carl D. Perkins, Job Corps Center. Start training. Start earning. Start your future today.
Back at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, if I can wake my partner up here. It's been a long week, hasn't it? But it's been a very pleasurable week to be able to bring you basketball action from the Appalachian Wireless Arena as we're getting ready for the boys semifinals. In case you just joined us, the girls is over. The Pikeville Lady Panthers prevailed over Johnson Central with a 59-52 victory in a very, very exciting ball game. And most valuable player of the tournament, Kylie Alvin. That was well deserved. But tonight we've got Johnson Central and Floyd Central, our first game. We've already talked about them. Let's finish up the Pikeville Martin County pregame show, and then we'll turn it over to our friends at WPRG for play-by-play action. And Ronnie, the play J.I. Fab, keys to the game.
Well, Martin County, take care of the basketball. Don't turn it over. Don't give Pikeville the transition basket, and control the boards. And they probably got the strongest inside player in the region in Devin Maynard.
And then for Pikeville, they have to have the right spacing on offense. And defensively, I think they have to guard the three. They cannot let Niles and Braxton Keithley have their way out there. They got to have a hand in their face.
Well, that's what they do. They bunch up. If a team bunches up, all of a sudden you got shooters all around with Martin County. You can't kind of clog the middle. You got to hold that defense one-on-one. Keep Braxton out of the paint, because when he gets in that paint, Ronnie, he's looking to kick.
Yeah.
And you've got shooters and Mills and Dials.
Everywhere, yeah.
I mean, it's just all over.
And then if you look at probable starting lineups for these teams tonight, of course, they have been fluid, but based on what we have seen, this is what we expect from each team, as we'll get that pulled up for you. And I know that everyone at home likes to put a face to the number and to the player.
Okay, they're not pulling up, so give me just a second.
Okay, we're a little bit slow technology-wise, but what a tournament it has been to this point. We've had some blowout games, but now once we get to the semifinals and finals, we have had some really, really good basketball games.
Martin County, they will start 2 seniors, a junior, and 2 sophomores, so they'll have 3 returning starters. Pikeville, on the other hand, they start 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore. So some veterans and the youth. You like to see that, a good mixture.
Now looking at the clock, we're about 4 minutes away from live action here at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. 2 more games tonight. There we have it, Martin County. Grayson Dials will wear number 2. Eli Mills will be wearing number 3. Alan Moore will wear number 5. Braxton Keithley, who might I add has hit a growth spurt over the year, much taller than he was a year ago, averaging 33 points a game. And then Devin Maynard, my estimation, it's a good thing he can't tuck the basketball in his arms and take off running, because he's one of the toughest football players that I've seen in a while. But he will be playing forward, wearing number 21. And Ronnie, talk about Pikeville.
Well, Pikeville, of course, they will open with a 4-guard lineup. They will open with the senior Jackson King. He's the leading scorer for Pikeville. He averages 19 points a game. Cole Sloan, Jr., averages 14 points a game. Carter Parsons, Senior, 14 points a game. Mark Bowling, 7 points a game. And Grant Hall, 6 points a game. And Wesley Buck, 9 points off the bench. So a balanced attack for Pikeville. Like I say, 5 for 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore in the starting lineup.
And why don't you go ahead and give your shout out?
Oh, shout out. Shout out to grandson Kate Cox watching in Lexington, Kentucky.
And there you have it. That's going to take it at the end of our show here this afternoon. We're about 2 minutes away from live action. You can pick it up on the G Sports Network. And, of course, Appalachian Prep Sports Network, has been a pleasure bringing you this game. We will be back Monday night, approximately 45 minutes before the start, which will put us about 6:15. That we will be on the air with our final warm-up show on the Appalachian Prep Sports Network. And we'll see who our player of the game is. We'll have them here at the end of each game tonight and let them move their name along the big board over here that you see to our left, as we will have Boyd Central, Johnson Central, our first game. Martin County, Pikeville will play our second game, and we'll get out of here about midnight. Final thoughts?
Looking forward to it. I think the semifinals is like the Final Four in the NCAA. The Saturday semifinals is the best day of the tournament. I think tonight is the best night of the tournament.
Starting lineups are next on the G Sports Network, WPRG TV, WPRG.com. Until we see you after the game with our player of the game, this is for our executive producer, Thomas Rainey, for Brian Hunley, Ronnie Newsom. We'll talk to you later tonight on the Appalachian Prep Sports Network. Enjoy the games.